October 22, 2025. This night it was a country that downloaded episodes from this podcast, and it was 917 episode that was downloaded from Germany and from Bavaria, Bayern, and up in like in a mountain. There is a castle there in Bayern, and I think I have not been to that castle, but I have maybe been close to that area, as I have going with a car from Sweden to Munich, and we were often driving in East Germany. What it was in the past, it was East Germany, and we were going there. And my daughter's father, he speak very good German, so he loved to go on vacation there, and we were also rent out summer house to German people. So I learned how to speak German, more like tourist German, and I was going on my own also to Germany, but mostly is it to Berlin or Hamburg. I was there on my own without my daughter's father, and so I know a little about where you live, you that have downloaded episodes now, and I am thinking like this, that that you download so much, and you are new on in my map of a listener. I have some Germans before, but not from that area where you downloaded, and I was thinking that's a time to do like a summary about what it is about, this podcast. And it is I couldn't speak about UFO before because you that follow me, you have not reached that reached that time when you can understand that there is UFO around us. But today they are showing up now. And those old people that try to ignore it or hide it for us, they can't do it anymore like before, because we have all cameras, and we read all over the world the newspaper what's going on, and there is an evidence there is UFO. So this podcast, it started when I moved in to this place in 2020, and I was thinking that I should live here for until I'm going home to God. But it didn't go that way. That was my thought. That was not what God have told me, that I should not be here forever. Because then it started the mosque. I knew that the mosque should make much changing in this area. So they built a mosque, and it's about 1 year ago that they started to could use the mosque. And then it have coming in many Muslims from England to this area just around the corner where I live. And they don't want what they see people that is, they think everyone is Christian, and it doesn't matter, because it's they're as you are not in Islam, then you are the enemy to them. And then God have told me now that I need to go live in another place that is more safe. And it's some way God have told me that it's going to be a war, in some way. It's that house have a modern security room, protection room, if it's going to be war. But it doesn't need to be in that way, the war God is talking about. It's only that it was this, that it's a protection room, and that can means other threaten. And it can happen that here, because Islam have many branches, so they maybe not like each other after a while, when all Swedish people have moved away and they are by themselves, and then they start to fight, and I don't want to be there when it starts, because I live on the ground, so they can think that or they want to kill me. And it's easy to shoot in the windows and shoot me. So I think that this can be like that, or they directing just on those few Swedish people that is living here. And then is it very much criminal things going on. And that can also be a war God is talking about, a criminal war. And it's many times they take wrong person and kill that person. So in some, it's not. It doesn't need to be a military war. I don't know what sort of war it is, and it doesn't matter, because if God have told me to move, I move. And I tell you what started this podcast for you that is new listener. I know a storytell. It started in many countries now, and that I have my podcast there. So it will be many that will be new listeners, so that you need to know what's going on with this podcast. So I move here because I was a car drive over me, and I break my right side of the body, and my brain is damaged of it also, and but not in the memories. It's a walking thing. It's mostly is it the walking, and I can't walk in stairs anymore. But my memories is perfect, and I can talk. Sometimes, if I am very tired, then I have hard to talk. It is in some episodes. It can be that I don't talk so good, and I don't find words to tell you because I'm Swedish. And ich spreche Deutsch. I wanted only to say that to you. And I speak English. And I moved in here because it was on the ground, so it was no stairs to walk into my apartment. And that was good. I enjoy to move in here because I got a little garden, and I have always liked to have a garden, so I was very happy. But then I didn't know when I moved in here that the mosque should be built, so it changed everything, and I knew that, but I didn't know how bad it should be. But it is very bad now. And there is few women that doesn't cover the hair here. I move in here, and before I move in, I was thinking I should check it out, how it looked like because when first time I was here, it was many people that look in the apartment, and so it disturbed my brain. And so when I got the keys and lease and contract on it, I drove up here and walk into this empty apartment. And then I was standing and look out in the living room when suddenly I heard a voice. It was a voice who said, "This will be a gathering place." And this was in February 2020. And I was thinking, because we have not heard about COVID-19 yet, so I was thinking, this will be a place where people coming in, and I preach for them, and because I am a preacher, ordained pastor in the United States, am I? And I preach for them, and they sit here. I was thinking. But then the COVID come just when I move in my furnitures, and I was thinking, never ever there will come in one person from outside if they don't have to, really important to come in. And no one come in the houses of those of my landlord people, because we were so scared my neighbors, her mother and her grandmother died in COVID-19, so it was very close to me. And I was thinking, well, why did that voice, the spirit that told me that this should be a gathering place, when it can't be a gathering place? I was thinking. And then I heard later on in the fall, about September 2020, that I should do a podcast, and I didn't know what it was. It's not everyone that knows what podcast is, so I checked it out on the internet and saw what it was. So I started my podcast. But it's not my podcast now, because I didn't know what to talk about. I talk about something I have read in the news, and I play a little music. And maybe it was about the third episode. Suddenly it came a spirit and started to talk to me, and I recording it, what the spirit was saying to me. And then it come more and more spirits that wanted to talk to me, and every time I felt like it is a spirit that want to talk, then I open up for recording it. And after a while, it was so many spirits that come, and I started to understand this is my ancestors. They still are alive, even if it's 300 years ago. They still are talking to me, and so I knew it was spirits, and then I got the answer why, before I moved here, that sometimes in the night I wake up, there was some spirits, but they look like humans, was in my bedroom and wake me up and not talking to me, but they showing things to me. And one night I wake up it was full of silver line cords in the ceiling, in the roof. It was, and I was thinking, is it a huge giant spider that have done that net I have in my ceiling? But today I know what it is, because my silver cord have never been broken. So there is a silver cord to heaven and to those that have lived here on earth before, and is in my family tree. And so that's how I started this with a podcast that I call the podcast, the Spirits Chord podcast. Is not mine, because it's they that talking to me, and I tell you what they are telling me, and sometimes they showing me things, and I tell you what I see. I don't hide anything. It's like it's really open. And then it was maybe a half year after I have started the podcast that I got so many spirits coming and talking. And I couldn't take it because my brain was not free from this, that I was drive over. I had a limit in my brain to take in spirit things. So I couldn't take it. So I knew that, and I tell you that if you have spirits coming to you, you don't need to tell them that you don't want them there. But I told them that I have a limit. I can't take more than 2 or maybe 3 spirits that is coming and talking to me. And then I told them that I need to rest my brain 1 month, or else I can't do this podcast for you. I told them, and they let me be by myself and rest the brain. And then they come, and since then they have not come more than 2, 3, mostly. And then it is what the podcast was about, but everything really started when I was in Jerusalem in 2016. I was to a museum. God wanted me to come to Jerusalem, and this was the 3rd time I was in Jerusalem, and by myself. And I didn't know what God wanted me to do in Jerusalem. I have been twice in Jerusalem. What is the 3rd time I should do? Because I have done what God have told me in Jerusalem, in Israel. First time I was all over Israel, and then was it only Tel Aviv and Jerusalem I was in. And I didn't know. And so I asked on Facebook, is it something I should look at, visit in Jerusalem that I don't know about? And then it come a message, and I don't know where it come from, but it was a message coming to me from Facebook, and it says that I should go visit the museum of Friends of Zion's museum in Jerusalem. This message was, and I checked it out what it was, and I had to order and buy a ticket in Sweden because it should be a special date for it to come. It was not only to come in and showing the ticket, it was sign up for to visit there. So I bought the ticket, and then I live in a hotel in Tel Aviv, but I had a taxi coming because I couldn't go with the bus to Jerusalem because I needed to be in that special time when the ticket was for. So I told the taxi driver that I need to be there in this time. So I come to this museum, and it was about Zion's friends, and it was very interesting in 3D things was it, and very technical. And but before we started to move around, we were only about maybe 4 people that that they showing this museum to. And before we started to walk around, they took a picture of us. And I have that picture. I can see my picture. They took it on my refrigerator. I have it there. And I didn't know why do they take the picture. But in the end of this moving around in the museum, we were sitting down, and then it's come a tree. It was a tree, and then it come people in from the tree, coming with a picture of people, and we didn't know who they were. And then it come people that was famous people in the tree. So we started to be interested of this tree. And then in the end, it come our picture. I was in the tree. And then I heard a voice, and I don't know if it was the museum voice or it was a spirit voice, but it says that is in one way or another we are connected to each other. And I knew in that moment that I should do my DNA. I knew God wanted me to do the DNA. That's why I was to the museum. And I knew it must be something that have with Jesus to do, that I felt it was. So immediately when I come home, and I didn't have any money because I have spent all the money in Israel, and I had to eat porridge like that, cheap food. But I did my DNA very fast because I felt it was God was telling me that I need to do it fast. I couldn't wait. That is one sign of God, that He wants you to do things for Him quick. You should not wait to do it, because then it's coming this doubt that you think I heard wrong, I can't do it because I have no money, and these things that take you away from God's plan. And it is God's plan, not the world's plan. So it's not about getting money from other people like that. It is in that way that you do criminal things. It's not like that. It is good things. And every time I do things for God, and what He called me for, I get the money to do that in His way to do it. And this time I'm move, and that is God called me to move. And that means that I need money in His way to do things. So he maybe is talking to you to send me some money, because I don't have any money to move. And but I trust and have faith in that God make it, because He called me to move. It's not my own wants. It what was God was calling me to do. And so I sent my DNA to Ireland, and I got the result in 2017, and I couldn't believe what I saw in my DNA, and my parents have not told me where they are coming from. The I didn't know anything about the family tree, and I had no interest of knowing my family tree until God told me that I should do my DNA. And now am I very interested of it because it's history, because my DNA did belong to all the royals there is, from at least the royals in Europe. And I have ancestors all over this planet. And that's come true, that what was saying, that we are connected to each other in one way or another. I am connected to everyone. My daughter, she laughs about it. She don't understand that it's for real. She said, we are connected to everyone, she say, and laughing. So I have stopped to tell her what I find. But it is this in England. And I have come into the Vikings also. I didn't know that the Vikings was royals that come to England. And they have this Dan area, and then on my mother's side it's those Franks that was in Rome in Italy, and coming up, and those that create the name France, it's from the Frank tribe. And my mother have very much of them in her DNA, and I have too also. And then it was this about Jesus, because I am from David, the house of David. I am from the same family as Jesus, and I could see way back until the first human, and could see the whole line there, and because they were famous people the whole time, and it was written about them, and so I could connected in my family tree. It is a little hard sometimes when it's going to very old families. So sometimes is it not the king, it's a queen that is my DNA is going through. And in the past is that one that dominate in the family. It's only written up about their names and not who they were married to sometimes. So it is very hard to, because I need to see both sides and see where is the connection to next, the generation in the past, where it's going. So sometimes it jump on the man side and sometimes on the female side, but they are connected in one way or another. Like they say, it was true what I heard in Jerusalem 2016. And then one day I have got my DNA, and then I pass by the LDS church, and I heard a voice on the bus saying to me that I should go to that church. And I go off the bus and went back to where the church was. And I was thinking, here in Sweden, the church is not open every day. But it was open. And I stepped in there and I told them that I have done my DNA and I don't know how to do the family tree. So a man come and he said that he took care of the family tree for the church, and he said if I be a member of the church, I can do research in my family tree everywhere. He say because LDS Church have the most record of the family tree, he say. So I was thinking I couldn't pay the cost to do my family tree, so I had to be a member of them and get research my family tree for free. So I become a member of LDS Church, and then it come that one missionary, a woman, said, you can come to me. I live in Salt Lake City, and there is the research center where you can go and ask a question you have, because I have told her that my grandmother and my grandfather, they didn't know their parents. They knew the mother, but they didn't know their fathers. I say, and I can't find it out because it's hidden. And then I had money because my cat got kittens, and I could sell the kittens because it was a ragdoll cat, a ragdoll muffin cat, and they were expensive, so I could get those money so I could fly to Salt Lake City in 2017. And then I was up to the research center in ancestry.com, and that day was it the Swedish day there. It was so strange. It was Swedish flag everywhere, like they knew I should come there. And then they say there was a man that I should get help from, and so I told him what I had in what I knew about my family, my grandmother, my grandfather, and but I didn't know more. So he checked up some cards on his computer and find very strange things happen there. He showing me that my grandfather was he come with his mother into a marriage, but those in the church that write in people in the past, they have placed him like he was the only son in that family, that his mother married a doctor, and And then he pointed out in Salt Lake City there were 2 boys with the same name, and they were born in the same year. So they were like twins. He said to me, and this I could never have could find out by myself. He said that because the only difference between them was that the other boy had a middle name that was not my grandfather's middle name. So that's how we could see the difference. And then he said to me that I am going to the archive and check out and bring with me some books, he said to me, and I didn't know what kind of books it will be. And he come back with many thick books. And I opened up, and there were all the names in my DNA. And it was only nobles people and royal people, famous people in those books. I didn't know I'd be so shocked and surprised over to find it. And this young man, he helped me to find out my those that was hidden. My grandfather, his mother had been married to a noble, so he was son of a noble person, and then it's come all these royals with it, and his mother have married that man, but they divorced, and then she married again this doctor, and then I find in that way I started to check out the family trees from other. I find out there my mother's grandfather, that he was in the same village as my mother's grandmother, and it could only be some few people that could have been the father of this child. But this man, he moved away, and he moved from Sweden also. He moved to the United States. So it's hard to find the connection in the United States, but because the last name is spelled in so many different ways. But I have found some people, and he joined the LDS church, so he was there, and then he married a woman and have many children in the United States, there where I am connected with, and so it helped very much to be a member of LDS church, but they didn't want me to be there because the bishop in that church I was in, he told me I was criminal, because they couldn't understand how I could get all those money to take the flight to Salt Lake City. It cost much money, and it took long time also to fly, because I fly over Canada down to Salt Lake City. But I could stay for free in Salt Lake City, because I live in that room where the missionary room was, and they thought I was poor. People have say the bishop have told them I was poor, and so they thought I could never buy any food, and they gave me to eat, and then they heard from the church office in Salt Lake City Center that I was there, and they called for me, and I was to the church office and met the highest president for women, and I met also an apostle, a real apostle from the church also. I was to his office and talk, and I did some healing on him, because that's what I got in the first place, was healing. That before I have started my walk, I could heal people. And so, and the healing come from that a truck drive over me when I was 3 years old, and I was killed. And then when I wake up, I remember that I wake up in a cold, dark room on a table, and I had no clothes on, and I was freezing very much there, and was scared, of course, because no one was there. It was only a dark room. And then suddenly it come a bright light from the ceiling and all over my body, and it was someone that was holding me like metallic hands. And that, I think, today it was aliens that was there and hold me, so I should have all the healing light over my body. And that healing light I still have inside my body, so I could heal many people in many ways. Like I have not wake up someone from the death. That means death is those that doesn't know God. It's not about the body. And but I could make people walk again that have not could walk for many years, and these kind of things. And so this is my podcast, how it started, my life in 1952, and I should be a abortion, but God hid me in my mother's womb. And when she found out she was pregnant and she wanted to go to the doctor to get the abortion, it was too late. I was already 5 months in her womb, and that was against the law in Sweden. So she had to give birth to me. But I had an adopted sister and one biologic brother, and they hate me. It was the first time they heard that my mother should give birth. And I think that's not really their fault, because they heard my parents talking about that they didn't want to have me. So that's growing inside them. So my sister, adopted sister, she pushed me out in the street when the truck come and killed me. But God wake me up, because I had something I should do here on earth. And then I have come to know that I have lived. This is my seventh life here on earth. And I know someone was telling me, a spirit was telling me that I was a highest priest in a druid. And I don't know if it's in Wales, I think it was in the year 600. And the spirit say I was a man in that time. I was not a woman. And that I have learned. The spirit have no gender, so it can take place in any person, a woman or a man. The gender is not there before they enter in to our bodies or our body. And this is something I have talking about. And it's sad that I didn't have very much listener. And SoundCloud is give out only 500 episodes, but I have over 900 episodes recorded. And if I can get some extra money, then I can buy me one more podcast there I can place those first episodes that there is. It's going step by step, these things, to come to know everything. When it started in 1978, it started that the alien was coming to me. It was not God that come to me in the beginning, and they were taking me to Jerusalem and showing me Jerusalem, 1978, but I didn't understood because I had not seen Jerusalem. I didn't know what it was. But I know today, as I have been to Jerusalem 4 times, and that was the cupola. They showed me this golden roof in Jerusalem. They showed me, and they showed me heaven for me. They showed me. I saw it from up above and down, and I saw how it looked like in heaven. There were a city, but there were no roads to the city because we don't go with any vehicle there. We go by the Spirit. We are spirits when we come to heaven, and we move in the Spirit and doesn't need to have any roads. And there is a meadow where most people are coming to be, where they are like children and not knowing where they have been before. They don't know anything. They are children. And then is the city where some people are allowed to come into. It depends on what you have done here on earth. And I teach you these things, how to come to into the city. I have been to the God's throne room. I know how it looked like inside there, and I was there the 6 times I was there. But this 7th time I begged God to come down, because I knew I thought, and I maybe knew, I don't know yet, I say to God that I can do things that have not coming to be on earth. I want to do more job for you, I say to God, and beg God to come down to earth. But I never knew that I should be a woman on earth. But God sent me back to earth for the 7th time. And I try to do the best I can for God, but I can only tell you what God is showing me and tell me. But it is you that have to decide if you want to believe or not believe, and if you want to follow me or not. It's on you. I can only be the messenger for God from heaven and from afterlife, those people that still are alive in heaven. And that is not everyone. It's some targeting the earth and try to help us to understand, to get the light, what they see and what they want us to do. And they have chosen me to talk to. And I need to have people taking contact with me, and I need to be with people because I am by myself. I am very thankful when you download the most episode you can. Then I know it's serious of you that do that, and I hope one day that you will want me to be there where you are, and not let me be on my own here. I can move any day to where you are if I get help from you. And there is a place here in Sweden also for you if you want to start here. And I need to hear from you, and sometimes I have placed my email address so you can write me and tell me that you want me to come to your place. But now when 2018 I was driven over by a car and broke my right side, as I told you, and now I can't take the flight on my own, but I did it anyway, because God called me the 4th time to Jerusalem. And as God was calling me, I did it, even if I didn't know how to do it, because I had to walk in Jerusalem. And I was there 1 month. I got money for 1 month at the hotel, and it was some places I needed to visit that God called me to do, to like ending Israel. It was the end of Israel because just after I come back home, the war in Gaza started, and it was not safe to be in Israel. And so it have been. It's not safe in Israel anymore. And that is what God wanted me to understand, and that I should tell you this, that Israel is no more the God's in God's heart. It's not. Some people are in Israel, but not those that kill other people. God doesn't want you to kill people. God doesn't want you to kill yourself. God need to have this control when or where you should be going home, back home to God. That's his control, not your control, not Israel's control, no Hamas control. It's God's control, not Russian control, no Ukraine control. It's God's control. And that's is the end of this planet if we can't do anything to make it be like heaven here on earth. That's what God wanted to be. And I had a woman cleaning up my home today, and she was Catholic, she said, and I said that God is talking to me. I say to her, "Oh, Jesus," she say, "it's not God, it's not Jesus. God is something else. He is not a body, he is a spirit. He is not walking around and be killed here on earth. You can't kill God. It's only the body that God is coming in temporary to. He is not staying in the body for a long time. He's there temporary. That's what he is sometimes inside me also, and talk. But he walk away. He disappear after he have told me things, and I told you what he have said and showed me. So this is what my podcast is about for you that is new here. And so far this is the record of people download, and that was 917. And I hope it will be a better record. I hope so. I can't do anything. It's up to you and God and the spirit that still are alive in heaven. Is there what they will do. I am only a clean vessel for them. So thank you and God bless you.